According to tradition, asters are named after the goddess Asteria, and they came from a teardrop that she dropped to the earth to bless us. While we don't necessarily subscribe to that belief, it is very easy to understand why people would think that. These are some of the best looking flowers out there all season, and they get to hang out during the fall, so they dominate prairie color in the later seasons because they hang on to their color longer than almost any other species. New England Aster is one of our favorites. As you can tell, it is vibrant purple, attracts tons of pollinators even early in the morning, and it has a bloom that lasts through the fall. One of the best things about it is that if you cut it and you put it in water, it will stay vibrant and colorful as a picked flower for weeks. Native to central and eastern United States, it is a cornerstone of pollinators. The asters themselves have so many different flowers per plant, the bees and butterflies are able to pull from it for months. So if you have a pollinator or a backyard prairie or even a larger prairie, you're gonna want this in your mix. Now, it does get a bit of a more woody stalk. And in this woody stalk, it almost seems like a tree branch. They are not as thick as some of the other plants. They like to have their space. They like to be spaced out. So honestly, if you're gonna be planting just a little bit in your front yard, planting as plugs and spacing appropriately is going to be best. Now with New England Aster, you also get Sky Blue Aster. Sky Blue Aster is similar, but taller and not as bushy. It's gonna grow straight up. New England Aster has more of a full branch out. Also, Sky Blue Aster gets a little bit more of a hint of blue, and New England Aster stays a royal purple. Even as I'm standing out here early in the morning, I am covered in pollinators, bees and butterflies everywhere. And I don't know if you can hear it or not, but they are buzzing and it is a beautiful noise. Normally, a lot of our fields don't get anything till late morning into the afternoon, but this field could not be doing any better. As for the conditions of these incredible plants, they actually thrive in any sort of soil except extremely dry and sandy. So they can handle somewhat of a dry soil, but if it's getting too cracked, too dry, they really do struggle. Now, if you are wanting them in your garden, in your pollinator, and you have a smaller area, something we want to note is look how many seed heads each one of these has. Each flower is a seed head. Now, if you are looking at that compared to all of the other pollinators, all of the other flowers, that is a lot of seeds. So what you want to be careful of is it might be good to remove some of the seed before it actually ripens and falls to the ground. Because as we mentioned before, the woody stalks are not a fun time. They're not enjoyable to pull out. They're hard on your hose. So if you can remove the seed before it germinates, that's going to be optimal every time. However, if you have a larger field, these are perfect for self-seeding. You don't have to worry about them being choked out by some of the stronger things like big blue stem or switchgrass. They're going to be able to hold their own simply because of the amount of seeds that they produce. And as they brush out, they kind of push things out of the way and so they can get more sun. Truly an impressive and adapted plant to the landscape of North America.